a very good morning to you and welcome to another beautiful day. This is a day the Lord himself has made. Let's rejoice and be glad in it. Against all odds and against whatever man may be doing to militate against your happiness, please try very hard to be happy and stay safe. Welcome. I'm Cordelia Obey, and we'll be looking at the front pages of the papers shortly. We'll be having a review of the stories that made major headlines, and we'll have our two analysts join us shortly. Ejiro Mokoro, Rufai Oseni will be joining us remotely, and at about 8 or thereabout or before, we'll have the parliaments coming. Parliamentarians will be able to look at the headlines, the ones that pick their fancy. They'll also be able to talk about them too. But right now, without much ado, let's move on straight to take a look at the very first paper that is in front of us. Let's start with The Guardian, and we have legacy debts among operators stifle telecom's sector service delivery. And we also have in front of The Guardian the picture right of some seizure recently made. 3.9 billion naira worth of rifles, live ammunitions, and hard drugs were seized by the Nigerian Customs Service, Port Harcourt Area H Command in Onne, and they put them on display. I'll be sharing that story with you later on. Another one is court orders release of man after 15 years in prison without charge, without trial. What a shame. Capital importation rises by 198% in 1 year as FDI lags. Borno bombing, death toll rises to 31. Sad. Journalists' arbitrary arrest, detention, and despotism. That is an editorial you could read up on the page 12 of Guardian newspaper. PwC raises concerns over Nigeria's 121.6 trillion naira debt rising deficit. FG terminates contracts with Mothercat, Dantata, others over non-performance. 25 die, 53 injured in Kanu trailer accident. A very sorry sight and a very sad situation there. Nigeria police wasn't established to succeed, Senate leader says. You find out why. FG no longer interested in Nigeria Air, ET affirms. All right, now for this one, the one about PricewaterhouseCoopers saying that what we have here, Nigeria's 121.6 trillion naira debt rise in deficit is cause for concern, and Peter Obi advises FG on sustainable economic growth. Now, the accounting and consultancy firm PricewaterhouseCoopers International Limited, they raised the alarm yesterday, and that this amount of debt we're having is a big deal. And this was the first quarter of 2024, saying the country's fiscal deficit is above the 3% threshold of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, FRA. Now, they're saying that the debt issuance without a commensurate rise in revenue generating investment may hurt private investors. And this was stated in their Nigeria Economic Outlook, June 2024. It was released yesterday. Now, in the same vein, we have the candidate of Labour Party, presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections, Peter Obi. He has advised the federal government on how the country can promote sustainable economic growth, development, and prosperity for all Nigerians for generations to come. Now, he had written this on his X handle, and the paper had picked it up and written about it. And he also said some things that borrowing is not the problem. But what are you using the money for? If you're using it for developmental things that will benefit the people, that's not a problem. But what is this money being used for? Nigeria's public debt grew by 144.1% to 121.67 trillion in quarter 1 2024 from 49.85 trillion in quarter 3 of 2023. Now, they say mainly is due to naira devaluation, additional debts, and the scrutinization of ways and means. It's a long article. You can pick up The Guardian and check it out and read it and really understand what is going on here. They talk about portfolio investment, about the banking sector, capital importation, and so on and so forth. So pick it up, check it out, and yeah, We can add to the conversation when we get there. Nigeria police wasn't established to succeed, the Senate leader says. And who is the Senate leader? We are talking about leader of the Senate, Okpeyemi Bamidele, APC, Ekiti Central, is saying that there is a dysfunctionality of the Nigerian police force, and that this points to the fact that this is not designed as something that should be successful. He actually made these remarks at the 2024 Distinguished Personality Lecture Series that was jointly organized by the Department of Political Science and Institute of Legal Studies, University of Ilori, Kwara State, and this happened yesterday. And the title was just Constitutional Amendment and the Political Dynamics of State Police in Nigeria. And he had broken down some of the things that he found were problematic. He talked about the incessant deployment of armed forces without compliance with the provisions of the 1999 Constitution. He also faulted the undue establishment and operations of vigilante groups and security outfits at the state levels without a national legal framework. Okay, on and on. You can also read up that story, but he's saying that to correct these anomalies, he is canvassing the adoption of a decentralized police model to address security challenges undermining the country's internal cohesion and the disincentivizing the English had this morning, investors from coming into the federation. Let's move over now to the Punch newspaper. Dangote fuel. Marketers fear high-priced petrol ahead of supply. Riders, crude price will determine cost of Dangote PMS, D-Man, 8-Man, 1FG. Imported crude makes production costs higher, may affect petrol price, Dangote source. FG revokes 870 billion naira road contracts, 2,270 projects suffer delay. Kanu plans appeal after losing 1 billion naira suit against FG. INEC lacks power to conduct LG elections. Yakubu, I'm taking these ones from the Punch newspaper. And we also have this one, Borno bombing, death toll rises to 32, 14 survivors discharged. We also have the story from the Customs, and Customs sees 18 billion naira firearms, drugs from Turkey, recover 844 rifles. Recapitalization, bank directors acquire 39 billion naira shares. 27 killed, others injured in Kanu, Ogun auto crashes. May they rest in peace. Lagos, Ogun top as internet users hit 164 million. Now let me tell you a bit about this revocation of 870 billion naira road contracts that was recently done, and this was announced on Monday. They were awarded to 3 construction companies, Dantata and Sao, Mothercat and RCC, for non-performance. The Minister of Works, Dave Umahi, ordered the termination of the contracts for sections 2, 3 and 5 of the dualization of Obajana Benin Road, as 2,270 road projects nationwide suffered delays. Well, he had asked the contractors 24 hours after issuing an ultimatum. I told them, you better return to do what you're doing, or you forget the money, forget the project completely. Well, this is what we get, and the revocation of the contracts are put at the cost that I mentioned earlier, and I hope that something will be done fast so that those roads can really work as they should work. Now, for the ones concerning marketers sharing high-priced petrol ahead of supply, that crude price will determine cost of Dangote PMS. This is the warning, as premium motor spirit, which is known as petrol from the Dangote petrochemical refinery, will be hitting the local market in 2 to 3 weeks. Now, the marketers have expressed a fear that because they are importing crude, this may cause the price of the PMS petrol not to be as low as we would want. Dangote Refinery has continued to import crude oil from the United States and other countries at a higher cost. Remember, they've been complaining about the IOCs and all that. Well, I hope the government will step in. If not, it will just be much ado about everything, and will be the losers for it. Vanguard newspaper. Economic crisis. Slum import operations puts 40,000 jobs at risk. This is an investigation carried out, and you can read it up on the Vanguard newspaper. It has riders. Cargo imports dropped by 20%, containerized goods 30%, and vehicles 55% as vessels calls reduce. Vessels that brought in 4,000 containers now come with 300. Wow. Terminal operators, shipping companies, others in dilemma. Labor worries over workers' fate. All that under that story. We have other stories. Retail sales volume down 50% in 1 year. Supermarket owners are saying. FG sacks 3 contractors handling Obajana Benin Road 2024 Hajj. How federal government 8 states splashed 100.6 billion naira on pilgrims. Woohoo! Wow. Wike to Kingibe, we will unseat you in 2027. All right. SDGs, 63% of Nigerians still wallow in poverty. Tinubu's aid. Gwaza attack, Shetima visits as ACF Southern senators want action against terror. Customs impound container load of rifles from Turkey at Onne. And we have other stories for sport. Lukman shines in Ghana Football Awards held in Accra. We'll be joining Rufai in some few seconds. Once that is set, we will let you know. If you read up that one about the port thing, we'll find out that the drop has been much. The number of vessels calling to Nigerian ports, they've really dropped. All right, let's have Rufai now. He's all set. Good morning, Rufai.
Madam Khadija, I want to thank you for your marvelous job you do every morning here.
Oh, thank you.
The standards of professionalism so high, and being a critical voice at a time when Nigeria needs a lot of sane voices, not noises.
Thank you. Wow, sane voices, not noises.
Please
wow.
Be reassured of
Thank
my highest gratitude and my highest of esteem.
Thank you. You know it's mutual, right? You know it's mutual. Thank you for all the work too. God bless you. God bless you.
Muchi.
Muchi.
So let's fire down this morning.
Yes, so fire them. Fire them.
I have many things to fire them on.
Start from the very beginning.
At first, a lot of people are trying to justify this presidential jet. Me, I don't agree. I just think it's at a time where Nigeria is reeling from a lot of spending problems.
Yeah.
And it has to be said, we can use that money for better things. Yes, I understand the point of view of a lot of people. That when you look at it, it's an old jet, it's not serviceable and all of that. But people should also have a conscience to understand. But we are even talking about it. The Senate president already told you that there is not going to be anybody that can dissuade them from not approving the money for the jet when it comes to the supplementary budget. So they've already approved it. It's their way.
Preemptive. They won't they won't agree or succumb to preemptive blackmail.
So secondly, they've already even got an American company to start implementing the sale of the one on ground before so that they can. So they've already agreed, but it will be on record that we said our own part. At a time where there's a lot of costly spending and all of this, please, let cool heads prevail, And you see,
sorry, bless you.
The cost of intercepting 844 arms.
Wow.
The problem I always see is that the custom never, ever tells us who are the owners and the importers of this arm. We never see the real culprits behind it.
We never hear the end of the story.
We never hear the end of the story. We just keep hearing intercept. I mean, be hearing the kind of breakdown. 746 units of Tomahawk Jeff Magnum, Black Pump Action Rifle, 10 VC Cano gun makers, George Eve Silver Pump Action.
Very
Who's
specific.
bringing all this armory
And
in?
what for?
And what for? And guess what? It was a cocktail. Upon examination, it was found to contain one over 1 million bottles of cough syrup with codeine. So you
Well,
can see the cocktail, guns
yeah.
and drugs.
Get the youths high and give them
Yeah,
guns.
benzihol tablets, you know, bales of clothes with duty paid value, you know, and look at it. So people are importing an armory and people can't talk. So there's a massive importation of guns and drugs. The question is, please, with due respect, the Constitution saying, under my leadership, will not tolerate any action that compromises the economy and security of our beloved. Rubbish. Get to the end of this matter. Rubbish, I say. It's not today it's been happening.
That's why we have proliferation of small arms, eh?
Yeah, don't we have investigators that can go in and crack the people behind all of this malfeasance? We're building a country where people are bringing in an armory for war, and nobody's saying anything about it. And nobody's saying anything about it. So please, enough of all of this. Enough of all of this. This malfeasance is wrong. I'm happy that the Minister of Power has debunked this story about the Zungeru power plant explosion, because there's been a lot of fake news here and there as regards the Zungeru power plant exposure and all of that. So, it's very sad. You see, another story I want to talk about is budget report that says blanket minimum wage not feasible amid fiscal imbalance. And this report is a very apt one. It knows true that the fact that though all states earned about 7.8 trillion in 2023, 15% of the amount was earned by Lagos alone and all of that. Based on this conclusion, Kanu spent 40.91%, Imo spent 46.1% on personnel costs. And the state actual personnel costs at 2023 showed that Taraba expanded to 7.7%, 35% on personnel costs, Sokoto 33% and all of that, Ondo 29%, and it goes down. This report by budget further highlighted the horizontal fiscal imbalance, revenue as a percentage of cumulative of Lagos. It further highlighted the horizontal fiscal imbalance among the states as actual revenue, excluding loans, as a cumulative revenue of Lagos stood as a 1 point something trillion, Delta over 700 billion, Rivers 500 something billion. These are including the FAC. So what they are saying is the fact that you are having a fiscal imbalance in most of these states. And how are they going to be able to pay revenue when you compare to their pre-existing loans they have on ground? So it's another justification that most of the states are not viable. But the question is, why are the states not viable? Why are the states not viable? Because their leaders make them so. Why is it that we have states that are saying they can't pay me no more? Okay, yesterday I had an evening where I spent time with Governor Baseki and Governor Sanwo-Olu. We're busy chatting and all of that and just, socializing and fraternizing. And I brought up the case of minimum wage. And Governor Baseki was saying that, Rufai, okay, why can't they pay minimum wage? I'm paying 70,000. So I asked Governor Sanwo-Olu, I said, okay, Governor Sanwo-Olu, but Governor Baseki is paying 70,000. What are you paying? And Governor Sanwo-Olu confessed to me in fairness that, see, Rufai, I'm actually paying the highest. And he said, Rufai, I was the first person to bump up wage to 37,000 as a last year. But I'm also paying wage award. I'm one of probably the only few states that are paying wage award of 35,000. So 35 plus 37 is 72,000. And I said to him, I said, Governor, I'm going to amplify that. But you see, all of this money that they're paying is still small compared to the ideal wage. A lot of people are saying it's going to be 104,000. And when you look at an independent study, it's actually confirmed that the ideal wage should be 104,000. So the question is, what are we doing? What are we doing to be able to ensure that we build a country that is veritable and that will stand the test of time? How do we live in a country where the states are not viable? And what are the state governors themselves doing?
It's just
What are
as
the
if they're not existing. You know, every day
yeah,
people look at the center more. The president this, the president that. Yeah, no problem because they are in charge of. The presidency is in charge of the major things. I know, but what the state governors, as if some of them. Imagine how much they've said. A federal government and state government. Some came together and put over 100 billion naira for Hajj splash on Hajj.
yeah,
States that can't even, they are also adding billions. And one
yeah.
has to wonder, for agriculture, for this, for that, what are they doing? Collecting monies every month to do what?
So the problem is that these states focus on the minor, where the major ought to be upheld. So you see, there's a problem wrong with our electoral process. Now we even bring our leaders in, and we need to be realistic. And you see, let us also fix our politics. I'm very sad around the words of Nyesom Wike. Is Nyesom Wike God? I ask. For him to be telling an elected senator that he won't be re-elected in Abuja. And what are the concerns? The woman in the Chicken Gibe, my sister, keeps raising the concern about the fact that, see, we are not working in tandem. There are many needs of my people in my constituents. Can we do this together? At least hear the woman as if she didn't come and meet you. There's a lot of power play. As a leader, you reach out yourself to be able just to extend and hear the woman out and bring things together. Why can't you and the senator work? Is it because you are opposing political views? When are we going to look beyond this partisanship? Hate or like Joe Biden, when he was senator in America, was respected as the only senator that used to reach across the aisle. He would work with Republicans, he would work with Democrats, work with everybody. For Biden, he was the betterment of his country.
Yeah.
So for a minister, for the FCT to be saying that to a senator, are you not supposed to effortlessly work with the senator? Okay, invite her to your office. Madam, what are your concerns? Even if you can't stand her, be professional.
Most times they want people to
What
come
X, Y,
cap in hand. Sir,
to beg you? Are you
Excellency,
God?
sir.
Are you kidding?
Sir.
This mindset that this political officials really have, that they think they are good, everybody can come and beg you. I mean, I beg, make una wake up and smell the coffee.
No, the
Life don't
Zobo.
pass on that level. I don't care about I don't care about if you are crying or you care about your face. All I care about, can we get the job done? Like I tell people in the workplace, we must not be friends. But let's just be professional with the job and get it done. Because it's the job we agree on. Anyway, it's the job that brought us together. So it's not a must that we are friends.
And you know, this attitude cuts across. If you go to the typical
Yeah.
civil service setting, you find that if you do not, how do they use the word couture to them? Ah, ma, hello, ma. You bring yours to down to the cleaner and all. Your nothing will move.
Why should we do that? That's what I keep asking. Why should we kowtow to another man? Are you God? Just keep it moving. It's the like I tell people, it's the work that brought us together. Iṣẹ́ ló dà wá pọ̀. So please, rather than threatening the woman and all of that, we should go and look for ways and say, okay, madam, what are your concerns? Listen to your concerns. We must not be WhatsApp buddies now. But at least can we be civil on the WhatsApp group?
That's all.
That's just it. As long as there's development and you are saying we did infrastructure in Abuja, we did roads and everything. You might be doing roads and the people might not really want roads. It's the senator that can tell you what our constituents truly needs. So this is your idea of doing roads and going to call media and pay media 5 or 10 million naira to come and cover it for another 1 hour. You think you have done something?
And now organize a how do they call it?
That mindset in this country.
What is commissioning ceremony? They have the commissioning ceremony, spend millions.
You do one road, you pay media 10, 15, 20 million naira to come and cover it, and you say, oh, because of that, you can talk and say, oh, I've done this and done. No, life is beyond that. Life is beyond that.
Rufai,
Okay.
before you leave, I've been looking at the story from the New Telegraph, and I'm in Daily Independent, and I saw it earlier yesterday too, where the NAF clarifies. Yeah, that's how I would just put it. They're saying that what crashed wasn't a chopper, that it was an unmanned aerial vehicle, not a chopper that crashed. And I'm a bit concerned. So what did they say? What did the reports have that residents of that community, they saw somebody coming out, he managed to do this? Where is the story come from? It's not very clear. And I keep saying that once things are not clear, people will start speculating, and from speculations, rumors, and from rumors, you start having news that is not true everywhere.
And that's why we should even also let us see a proper investigation note as regards what happened. Because the first journalistic training we have is our first credible source of evidence, an eyewitness accounts.
So did
Based
the
on my
eyewitness
journalistic
see
training.
AI? Was it the AI
So,
that was manning that they saw
so
coming
if
out?
the eyewitness saw something, then the first thing is we can also now question further and say, okay, what did the eyewitness see? What did the eyewitness say? They saw people coming out of the crash. Then we can also look at it closely. But the official statement now is saying that it's unmanned vehicle. That's why we should now set up an investigation properly to be able to look at it. Because see, I have heard this very many official statements by government authorities. Let's debunk them. If you go and watch one of my famous interviews about with the Kano State Police spokesperson about that bombing that happened in Kano, where the police in command in Kano started lying. And they brought the guy on TV, and in less than 2 minutes, as I could analyze him, and I got information from him. He himself confirmed that what he was saying before was not true. So it's the questions I'll ask you as we psychoanalyze you and bring it out. So I think we should investigate, but let's just learn, call it things they are. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that interview is there. Go and check that. Regards the bombing in Kano, when a bombing happened somewhere
I'll
in
look
Kano.
for it. I'll look for it. Okay, Ejiro is here already.
And I just
Yeah. Say that. The line is fading. You were saying something?
the guy came on the
Uh-uh.
The line has been fading. I don't
Rufai,
know.
your line has started it's fluctuating.
don't hear me. Is it fluctuating less? No.
Yes, it's less now.
So I also want to blow our trumpet. You know, when we started VOP about 2 years ago, a lot of people had doubts. But today, out of the over 80 radio stations in Lagos, we're already getting into the first 30 mark based on our MPS ratings. And that's a testament to all the hard work. And that's why I was praising you this morning, Madam Cordelia,
Thank
and
you.
my sister Ejiro. It's a testament to all the hard work we do, that people see through all the grind and how we try to make the best voices out without spin, without clickbait. We're not about clickbait here. We're not about, what we want people's views on social media. No. We say things the way they are. And that's the hub and the heart of journalism. And that's credibility. You can lie to get attention, but credibility is sustained over the years. And attention will fizzle away when you lie or do clickbait. But credibility will stand the test of time. And that's what we're building here on this, what's it called? This newspaper review show on this morning segment of VOP. It's not about the spin, it's about the credibility. And when we calculate years of experience, I mean, Madam Cordelia doing this about 40 years, Madam Ejiro about, many years, 40 years, 30 to 40 years. I mean,
Now.
that's about 80 years of experience in journalism. That's what comes together on this beat every morning, this 1 hour stretch. So we cannot go wrong.
Amen to that.
And if you add my own two to it, I'm going over 100 years of experiences in journalism. So that's what you're having on this beat, about over 100 years of experience. That's what you have every morning review. It doesn't get any better than that. And that's, I tell you, go and check. Which other radio station in Lagos has a lineup of Madam Cordelia, Ejiro, myself on a morning newspaper review? You don't get a lot of them in Lagos here. Go and check. And that's why VOP stand out. And I thank you for your
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
Major, as always, I thank all of you.
Fine.
Huh?
I thank you too, Rufai.
Yeah.
I thank you too.
Bless you. Yeah, make I travel.
Okay, see you. All right, Rufai Oseni, thank you very much, and thank you for the kind words, and thank you for the work you've put into, and thank you who's been listening, because without you, we'll be talking to ourselves. Right, Ejiro Mukoro, you dey here. Let's go.
That's it. Let's go all the way. You know, say you be Lady C, me I be here the brand take. So when I hear say the Lady C come stay, I'm like so happy. I say, hey, Lady C, Lady E. This is sweet though. The
You know,
combo is very hot.
actually, that's my alter ego of over how many years, Lady C.
You know?
Yeah. Nearly over 20 years.
Yeah, not the outside.
That's what that's my only radio nickname, Lady C. 20 years almost. Okay, which of the stories sweet you pass this morning? Make we go.
I saw this big one on Vanguard newspaper, right? And I think it's very critical. Their title is interesting when they talk, say, the slump in port operations put 40,000 jobs at risk. And that is a big one on so many levels, because people are no longer thinking of how they're going to invest in Nigeria because of the foreign exchange rates. And that is only economic practicality and sense in deciding how you invest. So an investor will always measure their markup. If the markup no makes sense to them, they cannot justify doing business with you, because seaports, high sea businesses is not control. The level of security you have to manage, the level of insurance, the level of cargo you have to import, the heavy vessels, and then the number of manpower that you have to expend into the transportation of these goods and services on the high sea from port to port, country to country, just tells you something. The cocoa ports in Delta State, in fact, Delta State have 2 ports, unlike any other state in Nigeria. Those 2 ports are not working. You have the one in Warri, you have the one in Koko. These 2 ports are not working. A situation where Lagos hijacks an entire seaport of a country and makes it the sole destination is a disturbing conversation. And I think the Delta State government, the State Assembly itself, and indeed the senators from the House of Representatives as well, they all need to begin to review and have a sit down and really talk about the significance of Delta as a seaport of significance, in the sense that I did an investigation and I discovered that the so-called Warri port, where they say things should not be happening, things are actually happening behind the scenes. Some persons, 4 individuals, as a matter of fact, are top on that chain. And what they are doing is that they are doing underground G work, where they move things clandestinely. And we need to see what they happen. But the money where they undergo, where they underground, where they move, as it were, if I tell you how many money it be, you go shock. That is not even accounted for. So what I'm saying is, Lagos State is not the first capital of Nigeria. Calabar was. And what have we done to Calabar? So that's another call to the state government of Calabar, their House of Representatives and the Senate, and indeed the local chairmen who are within all of those kinds of seaports, who have not sat up to understand their job description and their assignment.
Adrian,
and the reason why they don't understand their assignment, yes, please.
I think even Nigerians need to be, well educated about our ports too. The fact that it cannot be in one major city, even though the others are beginning to wake up. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you saw this. Before the elections in 2023, some people came out with a form of propaganda. It was everywhere. I saw it several times on various platforms. What was the propaganda about? By God knows who those people are. That they were saying that, no, don't vote for so and so person. No, if they vote for so and so person or whoever, they will now do ports in other places and move ports to other places. It will now make a business in Lagos with fall, this and that. Do you understand that psyche? As if that is what should be. This town is already should I use the word oppressed by the activities of the ports? Too much of it. We should spread it. If we spread it, a lot of the people from the east, from the south per se, will not be bringing their things here first before they start moving them to their own zones when there are ports all over the region. So
Absolutely.
I think
Without a doubt.
Nigerians should know better.
So Nigerians themselves, they need a read. Now my problem with Nigerians be that.
No
That's
vex,
one.
no vex, no
When
vex.
you read as a Nigerian, you they think what reading does to you as a Nigerian, and I'm advocating for this strongly right now going forward. Our Nigerian people, I'm calling out to you, no matter where you are in the world, please be reading. Read newspaper to be informed, right? Online, not they read headlines. When I stop that thing when I go, only they read headlines. Go into the body of a story and read it. Then another thing you have to do, make on a lens say you have to interact with other states and other groups, right, in the country. The two people who married, I'm not going to mention their name. They have just proven to Nigerians that on social media, now war with a fight when they exist, which is not true. Right? But the reality is there is intermarriages going on amongst us at the background. So we must understand that the conversation is that in a country where you have over 200 million persons, there cannot be one seaport. Lagos does not have the monopoly. Lagos does not own the right to seaport businesses in Nigeria. It does not. That is an anomaly. That is a distortion. You have the one in Calabar, even the one in Onne, right? For example, in River State. All of those seaports are powerful seaports. Onne is shutting down. Mothercat and all that other places that are significant people who began this conversation. I hear that they are actually being shut down now. The federal government is shutting down businesses with them. Now, I am not holding forth for any company, but here is the thing. We must begin to see this opportunity like the Chinese saw the opportunity when they discovered in the 70s, right? I know Malaysia specifically in the 70s, because they were part of us who were amongst those who were free in the early 60s, 50s, that period. Between 1945 to 1960, many people had their independence, as it were. Although, I always say that word is an insult to people in any country calling yourself independent. You've always been independent. Think like an independent person. So what I'm saying is that from that point in time, what they did is that they began to look inwards. If investors are saying they don't want to invest in us anymore, we are saying that we have the natural resources. Agriculture in Nigeria is such a big deal, we don't even understand what we have. Look at what is happening in Kenya. There's a strategic means, right, to economically cripple Kenya. And the Kenyans, I believe, are smarter than that. Because when you count the countries in the world, when you want to mention Africa and other countries where they say that they see them in terms of economic input. For example, Kenya, do you know that the number one flowers that are exported and used everywhere in the world is from Kenya? Flower. Flower where we no value for this country. They're important like saying that tomorrow not day.
And they
because
get the flower business there is thriving now that they send to different parts of the world. But because of their weather, they're able to grow a lot of those. Yeah.
Look at Plateau State, what we have done to Plateau. That's where I'm going to. We used to have one of the best Irish potato. The Irish potato, they say, now young Irish potato. Now genetically modified Irish potato with the chop now. The original potato from Plateau, right? If you go to Vom, all those areas, growing up, I ate those potatoes and I love those particular sets of potato, Irish potato species, you know what I mean? They were very soury, and when you fry them, the taste is very crispy.
Wait. Now potato make you the funnel like this. Now potato just make you the funnel.
Yes, I have to go back to my original state,
Okay,
that's what food can do to you. Good food can do to you. So I beg, as Nigerians, this is a wake-up call for all of us, right? That look, sustenance farming is a way to go. This is part of the investigation we conducted over the weekend on Lightre Media. Look, investigation shows that agriculture, we need to go back to our sustainable model where we used to grow things around us. If you go overseas as we speak now, people are using rooftops. Yeah. People are using ordinary balcony.
Yeah.
And then using even things like crates. Crates, we all know crates. Yeah. They use that they plant things. So sustainability now, home sustainability is key. That was how we used to survive back in those days.
People they plant for water too now. They don't plant inside water now.
They plant inside water, hydroponics and all of that. They are all fantastic way of development. So all of these ideas did there. We don't need to go import all this tractor. When I saw the news that governors were going to, I think which country they went to go and see how they were using tractors to do agriculture, I died. I'm like, this is another Esther Code Express way of wasting money. Do you get? As if we are daft. We're not the daft people. We just have people in governance who are so daft, they think so short term that they only believe that unless we travel and make money for ourselves, we don't care about these other people. And that's why, as a people, we too must understand that when people they play the year with you, don't say yes. Those, you see those two words where you and Rufai were talking about, where you say the cattle to somebody, you did doff your heart, you did do, I beg, I am loyal, your majesty, sir, I am
Your
loyal,
boy
your
is
government.
here.
Your boy is here, all those kind of things. Now we enslave ourselves. It's an enslavement mentality, and we need to break it. And that takes me back to this conversation that the Guardian talked about when he talked about, and I think all the other newspapers even took it, Daily Trust, all of them. They talked about the significance of having a police structure that was designed by those invaders. Yes, those invaders, I don't call them, so this is part of my retraining Nigerians when we speak. Stop using the word colonial masters. They were never your colonial masters. They were invaders. They came here, they conquered, they raped, they plundered, they did a lot of heinous crimes to foster whatever agenda of global control that they wanted. So make we stop that thing. We need to change that conversation, even on radio and in our educational system and in our private conversations. From now on, if there's anything anybody will take from me today, stop saying you have colonial masters or those colonial masters. The moment you keep saying colonial master, let me explain that to you. You see that thing about the power of propaganda. What they have done is they have given you a word that enslaves you, but you do not know that the psychology behind that word is to make sure that you don't think beyond yourself. So they create frameworks, right, in Nigeria. That's why that we talked about the balkanization of our traditional school system in Nigeria. They balkanize also the police system, policing system we had in Nigeria. Today you have all left, right, and center vigilantes. Vigilantes by the legal framework are not properly designed to operate the way they are because there's no legal framework backing them. They're only using some bylaws, left, right, and center, and some other strategic approaches of DEFCON, right, to see how do we solve these issues that we have.
They even have hunters now, Seth. Hunters, John. Hunters.
Correct, they are good hunters. So you can tell that system will work. And that's why, whether we like it or not, we're already practicing state policing. We are. What is required now is a legal backing and a proper framework where it will enable all of us to understand that even police needs to be accountable. I'm talking about police. You see this thing that they do to journalists, they should stop it. Journalists are their number one friends. This thing where you go just arbitrarily arrest, detain, and thinking say you can just hold the journalists because they are doing their job. No, that is despotism. Right, that is overreaching yourself. This is part of the mentality of I am loyal, sir, that we see happening. I'm happy that the Guardian and some other newspaper talked about this thing about arbitrary detention and arrest of journalists, and it is wrong.
Let me tell you something quickly as we wrap up. A friend of mine, if I mention his name, many people would know him because he's a sports journalist. He put on a platform how he was going to the east. And you know all the many checkpoints with the soldiers and all that. Get into a place, you come down and walk for some distance before whatever. And he said he wasn't going to come down, that it's raining and all that. He now went to meet the guy. I'm a journalist, and the soldier guy told him, journalist, that I hate journalists with all my life, with all my passion, and I could kill, if I'm left with only a journalist in it, I can kill them right now. That was a soldier speaking.
Let me tell you where that came from, because I did a study on that. So what I discovered was that, you see, police officers have become boy. So all the police officers, please, no offense to honor and with respect, but I've also done a study, and what I have discovered is that not all of them are be like that, but the numbers will be like that are such powerful influences, right? And they now become the norm, right? So that at a point now we have now created a stereotype Nigerian police picture or perception of the Nigerian police. Behind that mentality is a mentality of a police officer who has always become a boy to a state actor. And a state actor is somebody who has political and economic connections, who also takes pleasure in when they are conversing. I was there where I saw not twice, several times, where a state actor, a political person, or a political whatever they call themselves that these days, was telling a police officer, a series of them, you see all these journalists, don't mind them, they like to put mouth for waiting no consign them. Must they report this thing? I don't know why they do this. So this is where I'm going to. What we now have is a situation where these people who have power, as it were, I'm trying not to even use that word, who are in positions right now, because at the end of the day, power is transient. If today don't come, tomorrow don't go. So who are these positions now decide that they now infiltrate? It's another form of propaganda. They now create this illusion amongst police officers, because the police officers are they collect a gunja, they collect money.
When this one a soldier.
It no matter what a soldier to, no matter. All of them, we know they see the way they use they guide other important people. They use them as guides too now. You don't forget their connections and everything.
All right.
So they get their money, their source of money. They don't like them. So what you are seeing being shown on one hand is actually a situation where they have been misled, misinformed, and deliberately cultivated to hate journalists. And that's why we're making this opportunity to all of them to know this. Look, when you see a journalist who does his job, the press freedom is guaranteed by the Nigerian Constitution in Section 22. It clearly states that the number one priority job of any journalist is to do what? Hold government accountable. Go and look at Section 22. Nigerians want to go read it. Look at Section 22.
Time don't finish today. Thank you so much, Jerome Mokoras. We always talk is that are not the carry last. Sissoko can never carry last. Never.
I will never carry last. It won't happen.
Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day, right? Thank you. All right. Okay, the line disappeared, but I know she said thank you too. Thank you so much, Jerome Mukoro, for your time this morning. We've had some, tough, in quotes, discussions revolving around some of the headlines we've had so far ruled out. It's time now for the parliamentarians to join us. 0700 903 903 903. You react to the headlines I've brought out to you. No matter how something pain you, tie it to one of the headlines we have this morning. So 0700 903 903 903. That will be the mobile number you could call, and for WhatsApp you could text your messages to 0817 175 6338. You could also call that number too, because it can take calls. I'll take a couple of calls first, then I'll take a breather. Hello, good morning. How are you?
ABC, good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm cool.
Yeah.
Mayor from Ikotegbe.
Mayor from Ikotegbe. He's the first person today. Woohoo! Go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Wike, the minister of Abuja, told the world that he's going to unseat. He's going to unseat the man in Abuja.
The woman.
Come 2027. Yeah, the woman. Sorry, I'm sorry. Please, let me see. Is Wike God? Is that man? Is he a God? He talks anyhow. He behaves anyhow. Is he weak? Mr. Wike a God? Is he the Almighty God? Let him be careful, so that he will not face the wrath of God. I'm telling the truth. Let that man be careful. He's going beyond his boundary. Is Wike God? I pray for him. What happened to Nebuchadnezzar? What happened to him? That man is too much for him. Who is Wike? So what he did in Port Harcourt, River State, when he take it to Abuja, it will not work. Let him pray. I pray for him. Do you know that he live up to 27? Do you know that when he live 27? He just bragging up and down. Who is Wike? Only one man.
Okay.
What is his problem? What is Wike's problem? What is his problem, for God's sake? Who is Wike?
Calm down. Mayor, calm down. Calm down.
Who is Wike, for God's sake?
Okay, Mayor, 90 seconds. I did sing for you this morning. Oh, Mayor, calm down. If you add anger to hunger, and problem, and so calm down. Right, calm down. I know it's annoying, but calm down. How do people say it? Farabale, man. Mayor Farabale, right? Good morning.
Hello, good morning, BBC.
Good morning. How are you? What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Chuka Chuda. I'm calling from Ayobo.
Welcome, Chuka. Go ahead.
Let me repeat a proposal I've passed on to you earlier. I think you should think ahead about having a pidgin English radio station. I think it will fly.
All right.
Okay?
Yes.
Then again, I think the Nigeria project should begin to think about failed states. Places like Afghanistan, places like DR Congo, places like Somalia. And then they should be able to think whether Nigeria is likely to go into that decline. The arms, as at the last time I listened to a retired senior naval officer, he said there are about 6.5 million light arms in the country. At the one that has just been intercepted by the customs, and several others we know nothing about. What is the aim of the people importing these arms? Is it to create warlords in different areas? Is it to take away our minerals? I think we should be foresighted enough to prevent the tragedy from happening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's a very big question we've been asking. What are they bringing these arms in for? What is the plan? What are they trying to do? Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Manakolera.
And good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
So, what's your name? Your name first. Your name first. Your name first. It's good.
For real.
Hey, for real from Amuwo. All right, go ahead.
You see, this wicked matter, it's just that the society we are now partially promotes immorals and injustice to a certain extent. That's why we can behave like this. If you have been some countries like America or the UK, I don't think one man can be behaving like this. You know, it's not his fault anyway. It's not his fault for him to take.
For real. The line just went off. You didn't make the full time you were supposed to have made, but maybe you could hold her back, and then we'll read some messages shortly. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Ladies, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Is that Bates?
Yes, Bates, you are correct.
All right. This is the parliamentarian representing which constituency now?
He said what?
I say you are the parliamentarian representing which constituency?
Oh, Alimosho.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. What I'm saying is this. You see, every day we keep on calling, and I know some people that have been calling before, but now they are not being calling because they are getting angry. Because what we are saying, these people, I don't think that they are hearing what we are saying. Somebody like Wike holding a whole nation to ransom, a whole state, and the president is not saying anything. Which type of a democracy are we practicing? It's very, very unfair. That's not how to govern a country. It's very, very bad. And the issue of buying another aircraft, presidential jet, they have 10 on the ground already. They say that one is not good, and they want to buy another one, making 11. There are some country who doesn't have single one presidential jet. What are they? Why are they lavishing money? Why people?
But you know, Batters, they're saying that they're going to sell some of the ones. They have 3 lined up already that they want to sell off. And I think that's what they will do. Maybe sell everything and used to buy 1 or 2. Well, saying, okay, let's try that.
Okay, if they say 3 out of how many is on ground now? It's about 8, 10,
I have to count it. I don't have it right in front of me. Me, I not go talk OP.
Imagine why should they have a number of aircraft lying down over there, and imagine this type of people. People are crying every day. You see, this is VOP. I listening to Yoruba version, Ojedeji and Abiodo. I'm hearing what Yoruba people are lamenting. This and that. Why can't they tighten their belts and face the masses to know how this problem can be solved?
Okay, let me read something to you quickly. This day has this one. It says, is it This Day report? Why Nigeria needs new presidential jet. Rider, last aircraft bought by Obasanjo used by 4 Nigerian leaders. Any unforeseen circumstance will have national implications. Findings reveal. It may just be necessity.
Okay, how do you?
It's not me. I just read what the paper said, though.
Yes, what the paper said. Yes, I understand you. I understand you.
All right. Thank you, Batters. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Lady C. Lady C. Thank
Have
you.
a beautiful day. All right. All right. Nigeria North President Bola Tinubu needs a presidential private jet for several reasons, including the fact that the current one, right? Okay, I'm looking at a report here. The current one being used by the president was purchased during the Olusegun Obasanjo administration and has been used by 4 Nigerian leaders. And I'll keep bringing small things from this particular report. Hello, good morning. Oh,
yeah, hello.
Hello, good morning. Mazi, how are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm good. It's Tony.
Hey, Mona, no vex, I did dash on our names. You know, you are broad people, you have this very big voice, you know, not to the shout.
It's okay, I speak German too. That's not a problem. Good morning.
Good morning. Tony, right?
Yeah. Right. So, there are 3 things I want to say. Yeah. One, let me start with the aircraft. The presidential aircraft. Some of the ministers that normally travel, some of the planes that I have said it on VOP. I think that was one of the days. Some of the planes that normally fly with, some of them are older than the one they have the one they have there in Abuja. Everything has to do with maintenance. That's one, because when you maintain it, it will still be working and serving. Then the another one is what Madam Ejiro said. You see, all these ports that are in Nigeria, they're supposed to be working officially, but they are not. Everything goes to Lagos. I don't know. Is there any day you can bring Madam
somebody from the ports?
No, Ejiro or somebody from the port. Let us ask that question, because Lagos cannot be dominating everything. The other areas.
They're utilizing One too. For instance, the arms that they intercepted was at One Airport. Maybe not full capacity. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what Ejiro was trying to tell you, that in as much as people think it is working underground, that's a kind of, they smuggle things through all these ports because people think it's not working. And when you look at Calabar is the best port in Nigeria, because the way the sea is deeper there, that all the big cargo ship can come there without having any problem. Go and check this. Then the third one, the issue of that they cannot pay the what the states are saying. The state can pay. And coming to Wike, please, it's so annoying. You open in the public and people were clapping for him the moment he said that the senator should go and hang herself on a transformer. Is an insult to an elected woman
and her people. Because she's
the people that she represents. That woman is elected. Wike, you are appointed.
Okay. All right, Tony. Time up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now for the planes, let me quickly remind you, I told you I'll be taking a bit from this report. The House of Representatives Committee on National Security and Intelligence had recently asked the federal government to purchase 2 new aircrafts for President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima. Now even 2 with the talk on since on here too. And the story goes on and on and on. Good morning.
Yeah, Madam Lady C, sorry. It's Tony again. Sorry, just a quick one.
30 seconds.
Please. Please. What we are talking about Lagos at the port is also happening in the airport. Check if it's only in the east. There's only Enugu accept international only one international flight, and Port Harcourt only 1 or 2. Check the price going there. The price to come to Lagos, if it's $1,000, the price to go to Enugu is $2,500.
I'm going to check that. Wow. Thank you for that information. Yeah. I think I'm going to check it.
Just going, if Lagos is 1,000, going to Port Harcourt is $1,500.
That means everybody would want to come to Lagos.
That is the thing. Why should somebody who is traveling to east will fly first to Lagos and then start continuing traveling again the next day?
All right, Tony. Thank you very much. Thank you. Wow, I must do a little follow up on that one. Thank you, Tony. Have a beautiful day. Let me quickly read some messages from YouTube. Good morning, Cynthia Omori. Give your greeting all of us. Ngozi Lo, good morning. May I call myself ladies, even though you call me sister called earlier there. And Uncle Rufai. Oh, you are joining Rufai to thank me. Oh, thank you so much. And I thank you. Thank you guys very much. Because without you, there is no show. Do you think you continue? We will reach our destination with this type of vehicle. Every day, one different negative story, and people are keeping quiet. This is very sad. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be freed. Wike has placed himself as a teen god. He should go and ask Nebuchadnezzar how far if he sees him. Yes, if he sees him. And Maxwell, good morning to you too. Frank E. This is a very important topic and part of the problem with Nigeria. Policies in Nigeria are made to keep a certain tribe down economically. All seaports being in Lagos is very abnormal. Is this about tribe now? Is it just about tribe? There are several tribes. Take note of that. African Sun, good morning to you too. And you're saying a very big good morning to all parliamentarians. Frankie, you also said over the years, governments want to keep. It's not only about Igbos now. I don't tell you now, this one now three big countries, big Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, Mona, stop. What? We're talking about the ports. We have Delta there. We have this. We have that. Isoko, Robo, Shekiri. We plenty. Make we talk generally. It shouldn't just be only about. We are all suffering the same thing, right? We're all suffering the same thing. Frankie, you understand what they talk. So it's not just about one particular tribe. This is not a general issue. You understand? And it should be addressed. But you're saying that keeping all seaports in Lagos, meanwhile building dry ports in Katsina. Shame. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? There are more than 3 tribes in this country. Let's open it up. Other people are passing through the same issue too. Okay, you go on to talk about this and other things. I'll read more, but let me answer your call first. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is Solomon calling from Abuja.
Good morning. Welcome. Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
You see that ammunition the imports to Nigeria.
Hey, sorry, sir. Your line is not very clear. It's very muffled. The only thing I heard clearly was Lady C. I don't know. Can you?
Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello, what do you say?
I say your line is not very clear. Your line is not very clear. Do you want to hang up and call again?
Not very clear.
Yeah. Do you want to hang?
Now,
it's better. It's better. It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. You see that container that they import from Turkey that with ammunition. I want all state government, the state government, any state, let them come together and strategize and make sure that they build up their state with security, because that container, they have a mission. They have been trying to import stuff into Nigeria, but God has letting us. And a news broke out some weeks back that they saw their risk marching into Nigeria through the border of Zamfara and Benin Republic. Our security agency, the intelligence, they didn't take any proactive concerning that. These are the things that we are seeing. If a general in the military is and make a instruction to people, let them take it serious. See what the Juma said, people should defend themselves. Obasanjo said this. Those government that they are planning for policies and their aircraft, going to buy aircraft, that aircraft is not the issue. The issue is that the aircraft does not work. It doesn't, that craft can work. What they want to do, let them just change the path and it will work back normally.
All right, thank you.
All effort, we understand that aggression. Let them explain. That is how a flight works.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Say repair the planes, not just, but they're saying that we've over repaired now. We can't repair them anymore. We need new ones. All right. Benjamin from Shogunle, good morning. The use of young ones for suicide bombings going on in our country today is as a result of lack of education. It's very difficult to manipulate educated persons. Our government should make education compulsory and free, especially in the northern part of our country. The weapons seized by the customs, not new. The ones they seized before, what have come out of the investigations? Have they brought anyone to book? In Nigeria, anything goes, and the more you look, the less you see. Only God will help us in this country. Benjamin from Shogunle, that was your message. I got you. Osimoral of 9 Brigade, Military Barracks, Ikeja Cantonment. We all from here, we greet you too. You say fantastic brand new month ahead is what you're wishing us all, and we wish you the same too. From His Royal Highness BC Woko in Oshodi, Agayu, it is totally an injustice to hold someone for a whole 15 years without trial and now being released without compensation. I wish we'll have a system whereby such people that were played hard by fate and societal failures will have something meaningful to go home with. At the end of the day, I really sympathize with him and equally urge the government to do something in that regard. Have a blessed day, Lady C. Have a blessed day to Your Royal Highness. Good morning to you, Neka from Surulere. How are you, lovely? Hey, good. We have entered one chance in this APC regime. Why is it that everything is Nigeria is going zigzag in this country? Look at bombing in Borno State. Look at arms coming in, and nobody knows the importance. Are we fighting war? Can this government do things right? They're still dragging their feet on minimum wage. Good. Come to our Edu. Message yours, drama mine. The claim of non-availability of crude is worrisome. As your guest said, governance is easy. What does it take for Tinubu to ask the minister to allocate crude to Dangote? Osadebe Waje from Shasha. Problem is, most of the crude oil, they have sold them in advance. So that's another problem we have. All right, good morning. How are you? Hello?
Hello, BDC.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Okay. Well, ladies, let me try to use my 90 seconds. Let me see.
Hey, Nadi, now, Nadi, we've not said buenos dias. Buenos dias.
Yeah, exactly. Buenos dias. ¿Cómo estás?
Bueno.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, ladies, let me just touch on this thing. One, this thing reminded for this of this, is it not during election? When people said voting will be, they will open other supports. God bless you for reminding them Nigeria. And they see Nigeria, you don't know what they really want. People that said that they will not want to look at all the Igbo importers now. The people that hold the if you talk of importation, people that are listening is there's the majority that say Igbos. All of them relocate to Lagos because of, but most of them are based in Aban, they are on the chair. Most of them relocated to because of it's only people that are pushing and this thing. But the people that say that they don't want other people to open, they don't vote to these people. They're the one that is still kick against. Why is people tripping to Lagos? And you don't know what which they're confused. You don't know what they want. This is why I don't know what exactly. So, and on the issue of Fernande, we get justice whether they like it or not. Even if you can just say that it's we'll get justice, let them keep on. Then forget about that. For my 90 seconds.
You don't finish, chef.
Okay, sorry, just give me time for this Wike. On Wike, you see why Nigeria, you see people clapping for somebody saying, no, I will let me say nonsense because of insult here. So somebody clapping just for them to get something to put in the pockets. When somebody talks out of sense, just don't clap. Just you see the person will make full of himself.
Yeah.
Somebody look at this. Wike thought that this River State where they said snatch it, kill anybody can just this thing kill and get the ballot paper. That one will not happen. Wike become the god of River State because of that. Let me see.
Okay.
Maybe forget yourself. Look, I don't. Sorry,
90 seconds
let me
finished.
just say. Yeah, exactly. Look at and after times look at. Have you seen Wike talking?
I have.
Do you talk as like a barrister? I don't know why they said it before. It was this area boy said this in chairman. When the UK get that barrister this thing?
He has it.
Honorable.
No, he has it.
Some people sometimes they use honorable Dade Boala. What makes him honorable?
Nah,
I don't know. I don't know why
finish.
this. Okay, my sister. Okay,
You
my
don't
sister.
vex today. No vex. All right, thank you. He's really very upset today. Usually he keeps to the time. Okay, let me read your messages. Frank E, I took yours, and you're worried about the role tribe is playing in the port issue. Alex JK, if tribalism continues existing in Nigeria, the country will continue deteriorating. Ajayi boy, good morning to you. Madam Ireti Kingibe shouldn't worry about Wike's utterances for as long as she has His Excellency Peter Obi on her side. Obedience mount for her and shall expose Nyesom Wike when the time comes. That was from Ajayi boy. Haji James, good morning, VOP. Please let federal government release Namdi Kano, African Sun. Instead of me to worry about Nigerian news, I better not listen. Lady C, the rate of homeless young boys along Lekki Phase 1 down to Aja is alarming. The way they surround cars in the name of begging. My brother, that thing used to frighten me. There was a day they surrounded me. I almost developed panic attack. It's scary. And people are watching. They are watching evil breeding amongst us. They are watching these children roam the streets when something should be done to help them. Mike, good morning to you too. Sunday Odumuko, good morning. Please let me ask, is there anything in this country president has a jet and his VP has one? Also, I want to know, please. I didn't get that. Let me read that again. Please let me ask, is there any time in this country president has a jet and his VP has one? Also, I want to know, please. I think that is it. I think one get one, another one get one. That's why I say. Kevin, Luke, now for you. Say as they cost Wike for you. Easy, ba. All right, 0700 903 903 903, the number you could call, and I have messages on WhatsApp too. I'll be reading them. But first, good morning.
Hello, Cordelia.
Hello.
Lady C, good morning.
Good morning. How are you today, Peter?
How are you?
I'm fine, Peter Muncie, comrade. What's going on?
Yeah, that's true. Now, Lady C, the debt profile, how many? 100 and something trillion kept for the generation unborn. Instead of like what Peter Obi says, building infrastructures for the generation unborn, then you are heaping up debt for them to come and pay and carry on their head. I am seeing APC as, I'm from the village, a farmer before. When you plant corn and other food crops, then at a point when you hear that grasshoppers have invaded your farm, sorry for you for that year, nothing will be left. You know what grasshoppers do? I'm seeing this APC democratic government, as they call it, as a group of grasshoppers that have invaded Nigeria, the treasury of Nigeria, the oil sector of Nigeria, every part of Nigeria, the economy of Nigeria and Nigerians. They have invaded it and they have destroyed almost everything. Tell me what they use all this debt for. Have they? Do we have a national carrier? The answer is no. Is electricity working? The answer is no. What of these telecoms? The government does not have its own functioning. And then our brother Oseni will be calling you, say, I can't hear you, hello. You see Nigeria for you and for us? So for me, since Ajiro said something, he said we should stop saying colonial masters. And this morning, I want to say also, we should stop this slogan. For me, it's ungodly when we say the worst democratic government is better than the best military rule. That's a slogan from somewhere else. We should stop that, because look at what democracy has done to Nigeria. I mean, reducing us to the country in the world that is, you cannot be proud again to say I'm a Nigerian. Because every negative report, every criminal report, every corrupt report, it's about Nigeria these days. Cornelia, I don't know where we are going from here, but they will face God on the last day, and all of us will know where we are going.
Okay, that went off. Amen to that. Thank you very much, comrade. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Lady C, good morning.
Good morning. Is this Pepper them?
He's peppered them undereducated bushman.
That the pepper also. Now all of us are the pepper now. Not them the pepper else.
My sister, I know this much, we observe everything. Anyway, I'm on my way to Ireland.
Safe journey.
Based on Wike issue. we have seen it that Wike has power somewhere else that makes it to be doing anyhow or saying anything anyhow. So we have to manage it. He's not doing it with his own power alone. My only concern in this country is just let Mr. President kindly release Madam and the Kanu. That is my main thing in this country. Apart from that, I don't have any issue with any person. If Mr. President want to buy private jet 10, let him go ahead. He is our guy. So anything he like, he will do. Nobody will stop it. But let him know that hunger is too much in this country. Hunger is too much. It's increasing every day. Lady C, you observe what I'm saying, man. I think you are in Lagos. You are in Golden Tulip Hotel. You will be seeing them through your window. So let me kindly release Martin and the Camel. That is my own contribution. Thank you and God bless us.
Pepe them, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Pepe them, I still, if I tell you the kind of things I like to eat, fashi, but now I don't respect myself. I respect myself very much. I like to eat out, all those kind of things. But now I cook in. Hello, good morning,
Ma.
Hey, morning. Is that Aku Chinyere?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Hey, ladies, join me on the show. I want to ring the bell for more ladies. Aku, help me get ladies. Make them come. Let's talk national issues, not heartbreak.
Ladies, it will be like the trumpet don't they blow for where they take because in Nigeria matter too much.
All right, go ahead.
All right, Ma. Ma, please, I want to ask you. I thought judiciary, all those lawyer barristers, I thought those people need to be respected more than the way we respect the people we send to represent us. Yeah? And journalists, soldiers, police, civil defense. But why is it that Nigeria own is different? Yeah? Judiciary now, no, but we don't even understand. Oh, yeah, Wamo, if na Yoruba.
That your Yoruba just now be like Igbo, Koye, stop coming.
No, I not speak Yoruba, make do mistake. Unless I don't want to speak.
Okay.
And again another thing where Yoruba people they talk. See, I don't want Gbese also. If old person chop Gbese, who go pay am?
Now the next person now.
Well, there's still not the unborn generation. I believe they have grandchildren, great-grandchildren. That is for their family, not for the Nigerians. So that is all I want to say.
All right, okay? Thank you very much.
Enjoy your day. Bye for now.
You too. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Colin.
Thank you for holding on.
Well done. I have one thing to say. Every man that is building something.
Tell me your name first. And where you calling?
My name is Hugo. I'm calling from UK.
All right, go ahead.
Every builder is building something. And these people are building your debt to make it it has come to another realm. They want it to come to the utmost realm of poverty. So whenever you want to cook and you order the chameleon salt to go and get you salt to cook for the family, you should expect hunger. You know what happened after Buhari's first regime? Buhari's first regime was mess, and the second regime, they say 4+4. And I saw people rallying around for him to win second regime so that not we complete their water. What is the positive contribution to the nation after completing their water? Today, in the January, we saw Emiloko coming, and the same thing happened. The Nigerians have ordered chameleon salt that they will use to cook, so the nation should expect what is bigger than hunger. It is well.
Thank you. All right.
We saw what Wike is saying. Wike is telling you that in 2027 there will not be election. If he is God, though, that make it alive and kill it. Because Nigerian government make it alive and they kill it.
Hello? Hello? Okay, the line just fizzled out. All right. Let me read some messages quickly. I'll take some from WhatsApp. The drop-in containers coming into Nigeria and significant drop in retail sales is indicative of the enormous failures of the federal government in many idle state governors who just siphon and allegedly loot our collective resources. We must hold these office holders accountable for their actions. May God help and heal our land. From Franco Nero in the US. And Prince Iotech from Arena Market, you saying it's a beautiful Tuesday morning? Yes, it is. Wike should learn how to talk. A minister telling a senator to go and hang herself on a transformer. When the economy is in a quagmire, we're talking about private jets. What about the two they said that they will sell? Believe me, the ammunition is being imported by the politicians who are warming up for the next election. If this money that the federal government spends on Hajj are invested on the economy, it will go a long way. Mr. President should sit up or resign. Let them release Mazen Namdi Kano, Prince Iotech from Arena Market. That was your message. Kesi Onoha from Ojo Alaba, good morning. Most times I wonder if your analyst lives in, say our analyst lives in Nigeria. Other days she will say the problems of Nigerians is that they don't come out and vote. And she saw what happened in 2023. Today is our Nigerians should try to be reading news. Nigerians, you not talk any topic here, you just talk about Ejiro. Casey, Jamie in English, what's Apple? Next time talk about a topic, yeah? Okay, you see, make I ask you, how person when never eat go take read full news in newspapers? Not read now, did they? Oh God, I have you undiluted bossman pepper them. Okay, you send this already. You just called. You called already, so I'll take another person's message. But first, your call. Hello, good morning, and thank you for holding on.
Good morning, Lady C. How are you this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm good.
Is this Daniel?
This is Daniel. Of course. That's right.
All right, go ahead, Daniel.
How are you?
We're fine.
Okay. Lady C, Mr. Ika talked about grasshopper hitting up somebody's call. I have a solution. No. We also, and those days, we used to set trap for the grasshopper. So Nigerians should learn to set trap for any grasshopper that's defending Nigeria. That's my comment.
Thank you very much. And that will be the last call. I'll quickly read one or two more messages. And at about 10:30, if we do come back for the next bit, we'll read the other messages. And Adigbo is already here doing a wiggly dance for you all. But I have your message here. Mazi Ugochukwu, aka Elder General from Isherion Shu. Happy New Month to you too, sir. These current rulers are always funny, and most of the decisions sitting or Haji. I don't understand this. Your message is this message doesn't tally with anything I have here, but you're talking about this sitting of a particular place to a particular place. I'm kind of lost, but I get you. Olushesi Aderoju from Satellite Town. Good morning to you too. So funny, former governor of Rivers State telling someone she'll be unseated in 2027. Maybe he forgot that God gives power, not man. Also, it's only Almighty God who knows tomorrow. His downfall will be laudable. Let him continue, you say. Imota from Ikorodu, CIA from Imota Ikorodu. Good morning, and how are you? You're greeting everybody. If Nigerian government understand who Mazen Namdi Kano is, they will quickly release him. But if they fail to release him, things will not go or move well in Nigeria. Mazen Edu, CIA from Imota Ikorodu. That was your message. Lady C, when the Igbos are mentioned, it includes Isoko Shakri. Not join me to anybody or add all of us. That's why some people feel that once you are just from, you pass Ore, they go, everybody is Igbo. No, Isoko, Ishekiri, Urobo, Kwale, all of us, leave us, let us be our separate entity. You they hear me? Chika Ifeanyi, thank you though. Just like when you mentioned Yoruba, it includes Ijebus. It's a nalayo. It not include anything. Ijebus, they are Yorubas. They have their own dialects. But Isoko, Ishekiri, Urobo, and so on. So we my Wigbo in English will not be Igbo. When I know adults join, leave us alone. Let us stop segregations, just like Lady Ejiri said the other times. These ain't segregations. These are peoples, different peoples in Nigeria. The sooner we understand that we do not have Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba only in Nigeria, the better our situation will be. There are different, I repeat, peoples in Nigeria. Chika Ifeanyi, come here, let's do debate. When will you come? Tell me so that we can do debate on this one. All right. Adigbo. Why were you dancing just now? What you chop?
Good morning, Lady C.
Good morning.
And I really enjoyed the akara, seriously.
You're so
very
lucky.
Hot, very hot akara.
Yes, so if you must buy things outside now with cholera out there, make sure they are piping hot. I know they eat all those things. They used to disturb me. So really? I respect myself. I don't take those beansish things. I don't drink milk. I don't take dairy products and so on. And the sooner a lot of Africans realize that they're lactose intolerant, the better our lives will be for us. So,
exactly. I saw what Wike was telling me.
The type of person will go hang himself.
Senator Irete Kingibe, that see 2027, I'm not the minister of FCT. Come and win again. You won last time because I was not there. Come and win. Like, as if he's Mahmoud Yakub.
Wait, no vex. That man not get a wife and children and family.
Who say he
they're
no
not?
Get?
They talk to him.
Who say he no get? You know how he's saying it as if he's a FCT resident that will vote for anybody they wish to vote in 2027.
Maybe very soon when Wike comes out, they'll be singing for him. Alpha, Omega, Daddy Mo.
Praise the Lord, somebody.
Maybe because I think he thinks he's Alpha and Omega.
I don't understand.
Anyway,
but that's bad.
The sooner Nigerians understand that we're strong people, the better for us.
Exactly.
Chika, enjoy your show, Jared. Oh, handsome. Get well fast, get well.
It's not too strong.
Yeah,
this morning now, we are going to connect Nonsonkwa from Owerri. We have a lot happening in Imo State. So by 9 a.m., I'm going to connect him. It has been long we had him. And last week he was in court. You know, he has a case with Hope Uzodimma. So, but they are joining the case till September. Governors. I'm telling you. Now my governor be that.
All right. All things being equal, I may see you at 10:30. See you. I'll see you tomorrow.